Okay, so you guys remember Clavicular, right? Last time we talked about him, which was like a few days ago, we found out that he's got some pretty serious allegations going against him. Because there's is this underage. Why is it there's always an underage girl involved right now? Like, what is with people these like this year? David, underage girl. Clavicular, underage girl. Who's next, huh? Who's next that we're gonna find out is messing with an underage girl? But anyway, Clavicular, when he was talking to her, when he first started talking to her, or whatever, he was talking to this underage girl, and from what I remember, he brought her to a spot. He gave her alcohol. Remember, she's underage, so under the age of 18. I'm not saying like under 21. She's under the age of 18. She's a minor. He gave her alcohol. Then he had sex with her, and if I remember correctly, when they were while she was sleeping, I guess they had sex. She spent the night while she was sleeping. He had sex with her again, and then let's see. Then he also put fat dissolving liquids mixed with meth into her cheek. So that's where we are on the Clavicular right now. Obviously, a lot of those are allegations. It's going to be what he say versus she say. Well, it's going to be what she say versus what he whispers, because right now we all know that courts are highly favoring women in cases like this, you know. But so that's going to be she say, he whisper, and the other part of that, he did a lot of that stuff on stream. So we have that's video footage in 4K type video footage that's gonna show us what went on, what he did, what's going, you know what I'm saying? That he can't debunk, or that he can't say he didn't do. I mean, sorry, debunk. What the fuck? But anyway, we have two videos here. It's a double whammy today. This first video came out 4 days ago, as of the time of recording. Which, by the way, happy Cinco de Mayo. It also happens to be my mom's birthday. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead in the comments below, wish my mom a happy birthday, and I'll let her know everybody said happy birthday to her. But yeah, this first video came out 4 days ago. It's by Legal Mindset. Clavicular versus Alora Ziva, the lawsuit that could end his career. And then we have a video by Atozy. Hey, appreciate it, Atlantis GL. Thank you. I'll let her know you said that. We have a video by Atozy, I think that's how he pronounces it. Clavicular is losing everything, and this one is the more recent one. It came out 13 hours ago. Now, if I remember correctly, the last video we did was by Atozy. The last reaction we did was by Atozy when it came to Clavicular. So this one's probably gonna have more updated information, and I'm expecting this one will too, to be honest. So let's get it. Let's see what this guy is going. Appreciate the alert. Let's see what's going on in the world of Clavicular. The looks maxer. Let's get it. Also, wait, do you guys think that stuff actually works? I mean, like the hammer smashing thing, at least. Like I get going to the gym and stuff and trying to get in shape and trying, doing stuff. But like, do you guys really think things like mewing and bone smashing, do you guys really think those work? Let me know in the comments below. Let's get it.
Clavicular has been hit with a massive bombshell lawsuit with crazy allegations that have huge civil liability and even criminal implications that can land him in jail for years. We're going to do that today on The Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. I am Andrew.
Also, what is it with influencers or people of fame or of new fame? They suddenly start to think that they... Oh, that's a bot. Unfortunately, my headphones are broken today because... Yeah, that's a bot. Anyway, why does it seem like people who start getting into the world of fame, like influencers, like new influencers, or I guess influencers in general nowadays, but they all start thinking that they can get away with anything. So they start doing a bunch of random bullshit that they normally wouldn't do if nobody knew about them. You feel me? Hold on, let me ban this bot real quick. That's in my Twitch chat. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitch and Kick, because soon here I'll probably start doing my Fortnite gameplays on just Twitch and Kick so I can listen to music. And I'll probably do some other stuff on Twitch, on just Twitch and Kick without YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, follow me on Twitch and Kick. Links in the description below. But yeah, people start influencers start thinking they can get away with anything, so they start doing a bunch of stupid shit that they normally wouldn't do. Like, is power that corruptive to some people? What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments below.
Esquire, American attorney, and specifically Florida attorney, as this is going down in South Florida where all this crazy looks maxing content is being filmed. So in case you guys aren't aware, our defendant today is Braden Peters, aka Clavicular. He seems to be everywhere for his looks maxing content talk.
Bro, his clips are everywhere. But I remember watching another video, especially with like sites like Kick. For some of their people, they have a bunch of clippers, like armies of clippers that work for Kick, and Kick will be like, all right, we're gonna this person, these select people, I want y'all to make sure y'all get a bunch of clips from them, and we're gonna pay you per 1,000 views for per clip. You know what I'm saying? Every time one clip gets 1,000 views, we'll pay a certain amount of money. And so apparently, Clavicular's got like a shit ton of clippers working for him. I'm guessing they're supplied by Kick. I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying to get on that level. Yeah, yo, Kick, Eddie, you see this? On the off chance you see this, you know, I am streaming on Kick right now as well. So on the off chance you see this anywhere, hook me up. You know what I'm saying? Let me get like 5 clippers, just 5 of them. That's all I need. Get my name out there. You know what I'm saying? Help me blow up a bit. You feel me? Also, people on YouTube, don't forget to share this shit around. But anyway, let's get it.
Talking about optimizing how you look and optimizing your appearance in order to ascend levels and achieve better results with women. That content is absolutely everywhere, and part of that is getting young women involved. And in this case, it was involving a woman who had, or a girl rather, who at this point was underage, named Alexandra Vasilevna Mendoza, who is our plaintiff. She goes by Alora Ziva, and she is alleging several.
What's wrong with her eyes? Her eyes look like they're fucked up for some reason.
Very damning things against him that might lead to criminal investigation and jail time. But
well, at least, okay, if it was coming out about, well, obviously it's coming about the relationship, what they did in the past and shit. At least she didn't end up dead like Celeste, when she threatened David, or apparently threatened David with the same thing about coming out about their relationship. Obviously, they were different reasons for coming out about their relationships. Each person had their different reasons, but at least this one's still alive. Unfortunately, Celeste is not as lucky, and you know, David got to her, and we all know what happened with that.
But first, let's start by hearing how Clavicular thinks of her.
Yeah, I hate that. She's trying to clip farm so hard. Like, I literally DNR'd so hard. Yeah, she's a bit of a thought.
Okay, so we have obviously Clavicular's opinion.
Also, I mean, bro, if you just look at the girl, you can tell she's gonna be a high maintenance headache, and like she's gonna be this like brain rotted TikTok chick. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I know not all girls that look like this are going to be this type of girl, but in my opinion, she is just for play. She is just for play. That's what it looks. That's what she looks like to me. When I see a girl like that looks like that, it's like, oh, you're one of those types. You must be just for play.
So hard. Yeah, she's a bit of a thought.
Okay, so we have obviously Clavicular's opinion, but we're gonna get into what the fact and fiction, away from the hyperbole, all the other comments, and get into the actual claims. Let's get to my opening statements. So, turning to the background here, Alexandra Vasilevna Mendoza filed this massive civil lawsuit with multiple claims: battery, fraud, emotional distress against Clavicular, Braden Peters in Florida. That's going to be applying Florida law. Now, several of these claims carry serious criminal implications and are likely already being investigated. So, what exactly happened? Well, we have the report here. The lawsuit filed in Miami-Dade on Tuesday alleges battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, fraud, and unauthorized publication of name and likeness by Clavicular.
Fraud? Hold on. The lawsuit filed in Miami-Dade on Tuesday alleges battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, fraud, and unauthorized publication of name and likeness by Peter. So you doxed her too. Hold on, how could it be unauthorized publication if she was on his stream of name and likeness? Likeness part, okay, yeah, you probably could have given her a nickname or something, but the likeness part, like she was on stream. Okay, maybe there's something I'm missing there. But also battery, yeah. Did Clavicular like put his hands on her? Because honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he did. With the type of stuff that he's on all the time. So he's on like roids, and he's on like I think lately he's been sober for a bit, but he was on like a mixture of cocktail drugs, like, you know what I'm saying? Let's see, intentional infliction of emotional distress. Oh my god, that charge sounds so fucking bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. Intentional infliction of emotional distress. He purposely made me sad.
Clavicular. The suit claims that in 2025, when she was 16, and mind you, that's a big point here, she is a minor throughout all of this, Mendoza was paid $1,000 by Clav to film videos, and she was told by Clav that he wanted her to be the female face of looks maxing.
Okay, let's say she was 16 and Clav was 18. He's getting more shit for this already than that other streamer chick, Bonnie, when that clip resurfaced of her saying, talking about having sex with a 16-year-old because it'll probably be her only chance to have sex with someone younger than her, and pretty much preying on this guy. But everybody kind of just waved that shit off. But this girl is 16, and Brandon or Clavicular is definitely over 18, at least 18 or over. He may have been 18 in this when all this took place. I don't know. Obviously, we're probably gonna find out. But he's getting more shit for it already compared to her.
Clav assisted her with creating videos and writing scripts, and she posted 4 videos.
Either way, they're both in the wrong. I'm just like, let me make that clear. They're both in the wrong, and that shit's nasty as fuck. But I'm just pointing out the double standards as well.
For him. At one point, when Mendoza was in Massachusetts, Clav paid for a Uber to bring her to Cape Cod to his parents' home, where excessive amounts of alcohol were being served. So once again, he got him serving alcohol to minors. This is problematic as well. The suit claims that Peter served Mendoza vodka until she became drunk, and then had with her, but she was intoxicated to the point where she was unable to give consent. So a massive allegation there as well.
Bro.
After intercourse with Mendoza.
So she was so fucking drunk that she was pretty much blackout drunk, probably, pretty much. Couldn't give consent, and he just had his way with her. Honestly, I'm surprised his dick still works. That's right, he takes drugs to get that hard too.
Mendoza, Peter sent her off in an Uber and didn't see her again for 6 months. However, in November, Mendoza went out with a group of friends in Miami for a networking event and ran into Clavicular, who commented on how her physical appearance had improved through looks maxing and invited her back to his place for a streaming session. And this is the problem here, people. All of these crimes are being filmed, and they're their own star witnesses. They got in Clavicular's site.
Are they all filmed? Because what crimes did he do when they weren't on film? You feel me? If the ones that we know of that were filmed, what did he do that we don't know of that wasn't filmed?
Cybertruck, believing they were going somewhere nearby, but he started driving to Delray Beach, and along the way they stopped at a charging station where Clavicular and his friends snorted a white powdery substance which they offered to Mendoza, but she refused. Once they arrived at their destination, Clavicular tried to kiss and seduce Mendoza, but she rejected the overtures. Before he took her to the bathroom where they began live streaming. During the stream, Peter said he wanted to inject her with Aqualix. Now, this is very, very important fact here. To melt the fat on her cheeks. And he injected her several times in both cheeks despite not being licensed to perform injections.
Several times in both cheeks? Do you really need that much? Like, I'm pretty sure that was the shit that's mixed that he mixed with meth too. This is when he mixed that shit together and injected her. Like, the only thing I don't know is if she knew it had meth in it as well.
A lawsuit said that Peters did not tell Mendoza Aqualix was not approved by the FDA for injectable fat-dissolving use. And during the video, Peters stated or suggested that methamphetamine had been added to the injection mixture. In the video, Peters stated or suggested that the FDA for injectable fat-dissolving use. And during the video, Peters stated or suggested that methamphetamine had been added to the injection mixture.
Was this before or after he injected her? And did she know? Like, that's why also I really want to know. Cause that's really fucked up. Injecting somebody with a a substance like meth without their knowledge, and they think they're getting something else, just the Aqualix.
Actually got that clip. We're gonna let it play right now. So once again, you're seeing
so that is her. Yeah, I was
solid proof on stream for everybody to see that he's doing the thing that's not authorized.
I've seen this clip a bunch of times before, a while ago, and so this is the clip that I thought had the girl in it, or that the girl was about the case. And yeah, it is that clip.
Right, it's unauthorized. Really, there's no debate that this thing happened because you've recorded this on video.
Yo, man, I hear you got the plug for those fresh Stacy. Tel Aviv, if you ever want more.
Dude, I can already see the clips. Clav injects meth on a... think they're going crazy.
Chat, we're looks maxing her. It's all good. Dr. Clav? Yeah.
So he even drops a Dr. Clav at the end. And that is exactly the point where he's going to get into trouble. We're going to cover that. So
it's illegal to what I just had it, but it's because he used the doctor term title, and he's not a doctor. He can't claim to be a doctor. Oh, that's gonna hurt him. That's gonna hurt him, bro. I didn't even think about that in the last for the video.
The lawsuit continues that after this happened, after this injection happened, that Peters and Mendoza saw each other a handful of times, including instances where he paid bouncers to get her into bars and purchase alcohol. It also states that she signed a contract paying her $15K a month as a social media promoter for an online trading platform. And a short time later, Clavicular began a campaign to discredit her, and she lost her sponsorships. Now, that whole contract is going to be very questionable if she signed that as a minor, likely not enforceable, especially without parents involved, etc. And even with the injections, all the other stuff he did, there would need to be parental consent, liability, massive amounts of problems.
I bet someone talked to her. I bet someone was like, you know what? Hey, you're that girl I saw on one of those that clavicular stream, right? Yeah, when he was injecting the thing in it, and she goes, like, yeah, that was me. They're gonna be like, did you know that what he did was illegal? You can sue for that. What else did he do? Oh, really? Well, he also blah 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 blah. And she gonna be like, are you sure he didn't also blah 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 blah? And she gonna be like, you know what? He did also blah 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 blah. And then they hit up a lawyer, or that was the lawyer, or a lawyer she was talking to, or like one of her friend's lawyers or something. Anyway, and then they talked to a lawyer, and now we're here. Oh man, I hope the trial is live. I want to see that shit. I want to react to that shit. I want to watch that shit. Same with the David one. I want to see that shit. I want to watch that shit. React to that shit. Need that shit.
Problems when you're involved in a minor. But she's brought this suit and she's claiming in excess of $50,000. Now, what that is just a standard that they set when they file the suit. She can claim hundreds of thousands of dollars, which I think is what she is going for here. And once again, all of these things occurring as a minor. So let's get into these civil claims. So she's got battery, so that would obviously be the injection and any other physical interactions that can fall under battery.
Wait, seriously? Because I was like, did he? That's when I was like, yeah, I wouldn't put it past him to put his hands on a woman. But by battery, you mean the injection? The injection is battery? Damn. Because he said that's any physical action, right? Any physical, like, anything physical they did. They could have held hands. Would that count as battery?
infliction of emotional distress for all of the experiences she went through that can potentially have inflicted emotional stress upon her. Fraud for career mess.
Definitely the part where he's like, "Oh, you look good from doing your looks maxing." Like when he saw her again, you look good for doing your looks maxing. So trying to go back to my place, Shawty was good. You look finer than the last time I saw you. Would you like to come back to my place?
Misrepresentations as well as medical misrepresentations, representing, or rather not telling her that this was not approved for the use that he was using it for, and that he did not have a license to do this thing. That is a huge issue for
impersonating a doctor. That's the thing. That's the phrase I was thinking about earlier. But I forgot. She impersonating a doctor.
For civil fraud. You also have unauthorized use of name and likeness, which is going to be an issue, particularly when there is not parental consent involved for the minor. Okay, we've also got potential criminal. Now, at this point, the civil claim is all that's been filed. We do not have charges yet, but there's some very clear criminal charges.
Why can't... There's a very simple... Excuse me. Yes, sorry. There's a very simple way to avoid this kind of trouble. You know, there's a very simple way to not have to worry about facing charges, to not have to worry about, you know what I'm saying, people suing you for things like this. Just don't mess with minors. Pretty much it. That's all you gotta do. Leave them kids alone.
Charges that can come from that. And as a Florida attorney, I wanted to make sure that I went into those very clearly for you guys. The potential crimes are unauthorized practice of healthcare profession, calling himself Dr. Clav, representing himself as a doctor. That is a massive issue in Florida. That's a massive issue anywhere. He does not have a medical license. He is not authorized to practice medicine. So that's definitely a problem, even if that was said in jest.
I mean, it was definitely said in jest, but it doesn't matter. He said it.
Action alone is enough here. That is potential 5 years prison just for the base offense.
God damn.
Now, this can be aggravated if they find that this injection caused damage to her and actually, you know, had some serious long-lasting damage. They can aggravate that up to 15 years. There can also be aggravated battery for not just the injection, but the other encounters with clavicular. So that's up to a potential 15 years in prison. A lot of time there. Now, to be fair, let's talk about the defense, because there's a lot of people coming out there posting clips and posting a defense. And to give a fair analysis, I have to give the other side of the story. And one of the biggest arguments that they make and people make is that she indeed was in on this. She was happy to do this and she was consenting to this. And they've played a couple clips from her own statements about this. Let's take a look.
And what else? Not dating Clav. Just did a little stream together where he injected Aqualix. It was really fun. Super nice, send me an Uber home right after.
So, okay, this might mitigate some sort of the allegations of her unwillingness or her resistance or other facts that she alleges in the complaint. But the one thing that it doesn't get rid of is the fact that he injected the Aqualix. That just, in fact, confirms that and doubles down on that particular charge, which is the one that I'm going to focus on here, that he really can't navigate around. There's no way to get around that unauthorized practice of healthcare, right? That's something that's going to stick, and she indeed confirms there. But it does draw into question some other issues of consent, some other issues of whether or not she was a willing or unwilling participant there. Her being a minor also creates other problems of her even being able to give consent in the first place. Damn. Let's play another clip.
I've done a lot.
Stay away from them kids. That's all you gotta do.
A lot of like fat dissolvers, peptides, contacts, dark hair, tanned. Like, of course I did that, and I don't give a fuck. Like, as long as I mog and I look good, I'm chilling, guys.
So, you know.
Oh my God, bro. I don't know how I feel about a woman using mog. Or I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about a woman using mog. The term mog. Feels weird. Just to hear it feels weird, I guess. Still adjusting. I'm a shut-in. No, not really a shut-in, but like introvert, antisocial. All I do is go to work and come back.
These are her own words that are being used against her. People are saying the peptides, the other injections, kind of caused whatever damage or, caused whatever problem she may have had. Once again, this may be able to mitigate some sort of amount of damages. This might be something he could bring up in a settlement, but it doesn't get him away from the unauthorized practice of medicine. So let's get to my judgment. In my judgment, Clavicular's potential max criminal exposure is up to 30 years in prison. That is a massive amount of time that Clavicular could be put away for. And to be honest, that is a ton of exposure. Now, the baseline of at least 5 years.
Yeah, his career is over, bro. His career is over. Like, I don't think he can come out 30 years later and be like, I'm back. And people are like, wait, who is this guy again? Who's he? And then, of course, during those 30 years, all of the looks maxing shit you did to yourself, like those effects, like all the drugs you took, all the looks maxing shit, those effects will kick in over time. I'm doubting you will age like fine wine, like men are supposed to. You might age like rotten milk, like spoiled rotten milk, curdled and shit. Ugh, that's nasty, nigga.
Years, let's say he doesn't get aggravated battery, let's say he just gets unauthorized practice of medicine, or rather healthcare profession, and they only use the very lowest offense, that's still up to 5 years. That's not looking good for Clavicular, especially since he's already got other criminal investigations going on right now. And there is absolutely no legal defense for an Aqualix injection without a license. That's something he's not going to get around in Florida under Florida law. That's just unbeatable. Now, in terms of the civil liability, I do foresee there being a settlement here, and I do foresee, and people have commented in the defense here saying, well, she just wants money, she's just trying to come here and extract money. Okay,
it doesn't matter. It does not matter if she's just trying to extract money. She will be successful. He fucked up. And for someone who hangs around a bunch of red pillars, like with Myron Gaines, fucking Andrew Tate, Sneeko, whatever, all of them. For somebody who hangs out with them, I'm surprised he let the shit happen to him. They didn't teach you shit, bro? How to avoid getting caught up like that? Well, they got their own shit too. Never mind. Every single one of them. They all got their own, like, damn. It is true what they say. You become the sum of the people that you hang out with. If you hang out with 3 bums, guess who's gonna be the 4th? If you hang out with 3 millionaires, guess who becomes the 4th?
What people do. That's very, very common with suits, and that's where these settlements to get rid of these claims come in. I see this in the 6-figure range at a minimum, 100K to about 500K, somewhere in that range, from 100 to 500K, $500,000. I think that's a very likely outcome on the civil side to get that to go away, but he may not be able to get the criminal side to go away because that information is out there and he is his own star witness streaming these crimes. But I want to know what you guys think about the Clavicular situation, and I will catch you on the next one.
Damn. Facing up to 30 years. I don't know, bro. He's gonna look. You're like, yo, who was this guy? why his face look fucked up? Because he's not gonna be able to maintain that all that shit he does to his face in prison. Like, not the chemicals, nah, son. Let's play the other half of this. The next part, the second part of this is Clavicular is Losing Everything by Atozy. And just to remind you, this channel is where we got the video for the first Clavicular video we did earlier. couple days ago. Out of this current 3-part series about him and this girl. All right, let's get it.
Streamer Clavicular is currently losing everything after a recent overdose on stream, being permanently banned on YouTube on several accounts, and getting hit with a potential career-ending lawsuit alleging battery and fraud. And unfortunately for him, he live streamed himself doing it outside of his stream. That could prevent him from doing so. And his most recent trouble comes from a lawsuit that was filed in Florida on April 29, 2026. And this was filed by an influencer by the name of Alexandra Mendoza, who's also known as Alora Ziva. According to the lawsuit, Alexandra first met Clavicular when she was 16 years old, and he allegedly paid her $1,000 to film content with him in May of 2025, framing it around the idea of making her the female face of looks maxing. She says that he sent an Uber to bring her to his parents' house in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, where a party was happening, and the lawsuit claims,
Yo, why do it's not just rappers anymore, bro. Everybody likes to tell on themselves, man. Everybody just likes to tell on themselves. Like, what is going on? What's the point in doing this? Why are you just telling on yourself all the time?
alcohol was flowing heavily at the house and she got drunk. So from there, things allegedly went downhill, and she claims that after she got drunk and was in no position to consent, Braden was allegedly intimate with her, and even further alleges that she woke up to the following morning to him doing so again without her consent. And after that, the two apparently didn't speak for months, and when they eventually ran into each other again, Alexandra says that she still believed that he could help with her career. So she accepted an invite to a streaming session, and this is when she alleges that Clavicular, at some point during the stream, injected her face with a fat dissolving compound called Aqualix,
mixed with meth,
live on camera. And I mean, there's clips of this online. Now, if it really was the thing they said it was, nobody really knows.
Why did he black it out? He for some reason that just looks so, never mind.
There's clips of this online. Now, if it really was the thing they said it was, nobody really knows for sure, except for them. So obviously this was live on camera, and she's saying without her permission and without him holding any medical license to perform such a procedure. And apparently he was also implying that the Walter White special had also been added to the injection, which is crazy if that's true as well.
Dude, I can already see clips. Clav injects.
Chat, we're looks maxing her. We're looks maxing her. It's all good. Dr. Clav? Yeah.
But obviously, Clavicular is no doctor.
Yeah, I was just about to say that shit.
He's not having her sign consent forms and liability waivers to let him do this. So clearly, that live stream clip does not help his case whatsoever here. And Alexander said,
oh, and because he's not a doctor, that's an extra charge, which that's like one of the hardest charges. He's gonna get hit with. Like, god damn. I think it's what, 10 years? Shit.
even though she continued seeing him because she still believed that he was working to help her career, that turned out to not be the case, as she claims that he eventually ran what she described as a campaign to damage her reputation, which she says cost her sponsorships. And the lawsuit lists battery, fraud, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and unauthorized use of her name and likeliness amongst its claims, and seeking damages of more than $50,000. His attorney, Steve Kramer, responded to the lawsuit by saying that they're aware of the complaint recently filed against Clav. However, he says that these are allegations only and remain unproven. Mr. Peters denies the claims and disputes the characterization of the events. He will respond through the appropriate legal channels and intends to vigorously defend himself, adding that they will not comment further at this time. And shortly after this lawsuit became public, Clavicular was also reportedly dropped by Stake, as he put out a—
God damn. That's his main income right there. Shit. There's no state leaderboard anymore. We canceled it. If you want to play under a leaderboard, feel free to DM me.
Statement on his Discord saying there is no stake leaderboard anymore, we canceled it. And one could only assume that would be a major financial source of income for him. And even
that's
though
pretty much all
these
of
are
them,
only
right?
allegations, and of course none of it has been proven, some parts of the filing describe behavior that Alexandra says that she witnessed firsthand. One example is her claim that before the stream began, she once saw Clavicular and a group of others using a white powdery substance, which she says she immediately declined when it was offered to her. Now, the reason that detail kind of stands—
Damn. Bro, why are you hanging out with a minor?
Stands out is it creates a natural link for more recent public footage involving Clavicular. As just a few weeks ago, Clavicular and his friends, including another looks-maxing TikToker, were walking around a mall area in Brickell, Miami, IRL streaming. Clavicular definitely seemed off. His speech was very slurry, and he was definitely struggling to pull off conversations.
Holy. What's up, man? How are you? What's up, man? Holy. Sure. What's it say? 100%. Guess no.
Can you take it?
Can I take it?
Can he take it?
Sorry, I can't even. I'm absolutely gone.
Then kept repeating that he was destroyed and he was doing his best to stay.
Damn, bro. That's embarrassing. Damn. Bro, that's embarrassing right there. Like, yeah. That shit's on the internet, bro. You acting like that, that's just on the internet, fam. Okay. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying because like that's one embarrassing look to have on the internet, bro. Oh man. Being that gone, that sucks.
Really gone.
Then kept repeating that he was destroyed and he was doing his best to stay functional.
Sorry. I'm trying my best to lock in, but I'm a little destroyed right now. Holy dude, I'm trying my best, but I'm destroyed right now.
But as it seems, him doing his best to stay functional was not enough because by the time they got inside the bar, whatever he had taken really caught up with him. So he sat down, he started swaying, and within a short amount of time, things did not look good whatsoever. Because that's when it became clear to everyone watching that he was ODing.
What's up, guys? Where's somewhere I can sit down for a second? Oh my god. Holy. What? Oh, W. Dude, I'm gone. Oh my god. Holy.
I have another IRL streamer by the name of Androgenic who honestly has a whole
Hold up. Nah, run that shit back. You were not about to let that just flash on screen for a hot second, Atozy. Come on, bruh.
I have another IRL streamer by the name of Androgenic.
You can't just flash that on screen for a hot second. You gotta let that shit linger, bro. Bro, what the fuck? Why is it that when your hat is off, like, so is your hair? Bruh, I know you. Never mind, bruh. I know when you fuck bitches, you leave the hat on. All right. My bad.
Who honestly has a whole lore to himself. Honestly, that's just another video. But regardless, I mean, he's sitting there, he doesn't know what to do, so he offers him a stimulant. And that's, I guess, around the time when the cameraman realized, uh-oh, something's really wrong, so he panned away from Clavicular, and the stream then cut.
You want natty? You want natty? You want an addy?
So once the stream ended, people were like, okay, what just happened? What caused this to happen? So in the hours that followed, people actually started going through the stream footage and clips, piecing together what Clav and his circle had been taking. And apparently they were going crazy about the pentastack, which is just a whole plethora of substances I can't even say here on this channel. But one of the substances here has a very unforgiving margin. At lower doses, it produces kind of a euphoric and loose feeling that some
It says GHB users often experience an initial disinhibition and euphoria as quickly as 15 minutes following ingestion.
people compare to alcohol without calories, which you may guess is the reason why it became popular in the looks maxing community. But I guess the gap between working as intended and dangerous is really pretty narrow, and it narrows further when you combine it with a whole bunch of other stuff.
This classic presentation of GHB toxicity is a sudden onset of coma followed by an abrupt awakening within several hours. Symptoms are dose-related within higher doses, causing more severe respiratory and CNS depression.
Which means at a certain point, it stops being recreational and starts affecting your breathing until you pass out. And earlier from the stream, Clav appeared to be drinking this from a small bottle. And apparently, this is something that's normally dosed in capfuls. And this guy's just drinking it straight from the bottle. So clearly, he was having a little bit more than that intended amount. And then he was also talking about having something...
My guy. I think your ego lets you test you in ways you were not ready. You feel me? I think you were trying to like form some type of aura. And yet, I do believe you fail. Did you enjoy your punishment? Damn.
Thing he called blue throughout the night, which a lot of people are speculating to be the Walter White special, though honestly it's hard to say what exactly that could be because we can only speculate. But either way, whatever combination he had was bad, and he ended up ODing on it. And after the stream went dark, Androgenic then later explained on Twitter what happened in the moments that followed. And by his account, the shift went from worrying to serious in just a few seconds. Clav went from speaking to being unresponsive almost instantly, and the group made the call to get him out of there and get him to the hospital. And there was footage of Clav being carried out of the venue by his security and loaded up into a black SUV. And TMZ also shared a recording of a call from Miami EMS dispatchers mentioning a 20-year-old male overdose at a South Miami Avenue address where the stream had taken place.
Rescue 16 trying to respond, 20-year-old male overdose. Rescue 16 trying to respond, 20-year-old male overdose.
And what followed was his parents were reportedly informed, and his father, who lives in New Jersey, was now heading straight to Miami. And by the following morning, Clav had been discharged and was back home. And he posted a selfie of his face scraped up from the mask and addressed the whole situation. And he said the substances had been his way of managing what he described as the difficulty of being in public, and acknowledged that the approach had clearly stopped being sustainable. And it was, you know, by his own standards, a...
Wait. So it's like you have a fear of being in public, and so you take a bunch of a cocktail of substances just to manage what it's like being in public now that people won't know you, now that you're famous and rich. Damn. That's gotta suck, bro. That's like severe introvertedness, and then he suddenly, well, you're introverted, but you're also extrovert because you like to go out. But now you have all these eyes on you everywhere, and people walking up to you. Damn, bro, you have no space near you. You're always crowded and shit. Always trying to be entertaining and shit. Guess at least I'm glad. That's why I'm glad I'm antisocial and introverted. Works for me.
A pretty unguarded moment. And apparently he said that the worst part of the whole thing was the way the life support mask made him descend, which I guess means that he thinks he looks worse after using a life support mask. Like, hello? Obviously, he's trying to be funny, but like, come on, dude. But what happened after the hospital is where the story just becomes insane. Because on Wednesday, the day after the incident, Clav went live on his kick and he told his viewers that he was done with substances and that he hoped this would be permanent.
Hope you're having a good one, both of y'all.
And I guess that created a real problem for his IRL streaming because the two, you know, they were kind of synonymous. He needed substances like this to be able to stream, according to him.
And I ain't gonna be doing any more substances for a little while, hopefully for forever. But that means I can't really IRL stream anymore. So that's the thing. As you guys know, I'm quite brutal without that shit. So I think I have to figure something else out. Either practice mogging sober or just find a new form of content.
But later that night, he showed up at Baccara nightclub.
I think you can figure it out.
In Miami for an event that he booked and promoted even before the OD happened. Except this wasn't just any appearance. This was literally the grand opening of his club. And even though the doctors had told him to go home and rest, he was very publicly not at home resting at all.
In the hospital, like, what are you gonna do? Like after you leave? And I was like, dude, I got the club grand opening. And they were like, oh, I don't think you should go. I think you should take it easy, rest. I was like, dude, you gotta be on the grind. So that's still happening.
But I guess while all of that was happening publicly,
damn, bro, he might imagine, like, your body just recovered from an OD on a mixture of drugs, chemicals. The doctors tell you you need to rest and let your body recover. But you, in all your glory, see fit that, hey, it's the club opening, I have to be there. It's no option. And so, with your body already still in recovery rate, if you do that shit again, like, you can, like, there should be a chance you probably end up in a seizure or some shit, bro. If you're around that shit. Just happened to me before.
few things were unfolding behind the scenes. So when Clav's father, Ken, heard about what happened to his son, he flew down from New Jersey to Miami. And apparently the goal of this visit was to get his son help. But that clearly didn't go in the father's favor because the dude went and opened his nightclub regardless. And according to sources who spoke to TMZ, Clav even refused to meet with his father. So on his stream, he told his audience that he wanted his dad there, but his dad never showed up. But according to those same sources that TMZ had, that was a version of events that didn't really match what actually happened. Because his father did apparently show up.
Oh, I was about to say, why would a parent not show up for their son's, like, club opening? I mean, that's kind of a big event, don't you think? Like, holy shit.
But he was turned away. So the father had no choice but to fly back to New Jersey without having the conversation that he came out to have. And then, around the same time, Andrew Jenick was escorted out of Clav's house by security and handed a ticket back to Australia, as I guess the people around Clav had apparently decided his presence was not helping. And he briefly appeared on social media to say the situation was complicated and he couldn't say much.
I'm no longer in the US, and I'm not sure.
Bro, is it just me? Or is this another Hassan Piker? Like, but like different, like the head. It's a shrunken head people exist. What if they're the aliens?
How much I can say, but I can say this situation is.
Then he was separately banned from Kick after he knocked a woman over during an altercation that happened.
Bro, what the fuck? What the fuck? What all happened there? What led to you knocking a woman over? Did you just, I know you didn't just run up and push a random bitch. Come on, bro. What the fuck? Are you having roid rage or some shit?
And on stream a few days after everything happened.
Okay, and listen, I just got banned on Kick after the entire night of trying to be as nice as possible to every single person. Everyone who comes up to me, I'm positive, I'm nice to everyone. Everyone's just projecting hate onto me. And you're telling me I break up a fight between two women, I'm trying to save some poor woman getting beaten up, and I...
You're trying to save some poor woman from getting beaten up? Is that what you was, or did you just see some shit and you was like, hey, I could third party this fight, probably win, get the double kill.
I get banned on Kick. I'm just trying to spread positivity as much as possible. This is such
But that wasn't the end of his worries, because a few days later, because of the same incident, he was eventually arrested for pushing over that woman. Then on top of that, to make things even worse for the guy, he was banned from both Fortitude Valley and Brisbane City for a month.
I'm going to place you under arrest in relation to that for public nuisance.
Brisbane-based looks-maxing influencer Androgenic was arrested in Fortitude Valley and has been banned from the city's Safe Night precincts.
Damn.
The arrest, which was live-streamed, was in relation to a public nuisance incident on April 18.
It's
the
because he pushed the
25-year-old
bitch.
was taken to the police station, issued an infringement notice and served with a banning notice from the Fortitude Valley and Brisbane City Safe Night precincts for 1 month.
I was arrested for attempting to protect a woman from being assaulted.
By another woman. Bro, it's a cat fight. Haven't you been like watching like red pill type shit? Bro, they don't want us to help them, man. They don't want us like trying to help them do shit. They want us to leave them alone. Remember that one lady that was drowning in a pool? Guy jumped in, saved her, pulled her out, gave her mouth to mouth to like, or the just to help get off the water out. Got her, breathing again, saved her life. She sued him for sexual assault.
My bad, guys.
But as if Clavicular's issues were not bad enough, now his PR manager, Mitchell Jackson, announced that he was stepping back until Clav agreed to seek treatment for his addiction. So now he's pushed 3 people that were close to him out of his life in just a few days. But the whole father situation is apparently not something new. That's been building for a while, because Clav has talked about his parents on stream multiple times, and the way he described it, for the most part, makes it seem like that they're very concerned with how he's living. And he's claiming they're trying to control him. And his dad would call during marathon streams, ask him to sleep, and Clav would always push back. And there's even a clip that's been out for weeks now where the father is on the phone asking for him to rest. And Clav, who I guess has been up for 2 days straight, dismisses it and keeps streaming.
Hey, Dad? Yeah? Why are you, like, giving me all these different problems?
I'm asking you to go to sleep since you've been up for 40 hours straight.
Dad, I'm trying to make money.
Who cares about money? I don't want you to die.
I care about money.
All right, well, if you die making it, I don't know if it's going to spend it. Just get some sleep, right? We're just concerned about you, okay?
All right, yeah.
We're just concerned about you.
No,
okay? That's wrong.
It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. I know I shouldn't be up for 2 days in a row. This is the first time I've ever done that, but I've never.
We're just concerned about you. That's all.
No, you're not concerned about me. You're threatening me. You're like, oh, I'm going to turn off your phone service and all that.
But I guess the most recent tension they had before all of this is when Clav revealed that his father had canceled his phone plan over a business deal that he hadn't cleared. And Clav's response to all this was to apparently block his father.
Block him. Are you kidding me? You turned off.
Bruh. That's fucked up. You blocked your dad? Of course you did. That's fucked up though. I ain't gonna lie.
My phone service, so I'll just get a different data plan. So, yeah, just someone get me a new data plan if that's actually true. It's an eSIM. No, that's do it immediately. I hate that. He's never done. I don't give. It's on.
God damn, bro. Come on, man. You don't mean all that. You don't. You don't. He's just trying to do what's best for you. He's just trying to help. He's just trying to help in his own way. It may be annoying as fuck. He's just trying to help, bro. That's all. Oops.
It's like, what do you mean you're canceling my phone because I didn't listen? It's like, I've done more deals than he has in his entire life.
I can only imagine how tough this is for a parent to see your kid almost passing away on a live stream, and then he has like no care in the world to even stop doing the thing that put him in that situation to begin with. Obviously, the dude is 20. He has more money than he ever dreamed of, and this is all from the nonstop live streaming. But if he continues at this rate, things are gonna go really bad for him. And it seems like things are already not going his way. And now he's pretty much only a streamer because, as I mentioned earlier, the YouTube thing happened where all of his YouTube channels were permanently banned. According to him, his accounts...
YouTube is a chunk of money too, I'm sure, for him. So he's lost that. He's lost the streaming shit. Damn, bruh. Sponsors.
Were banned with no prior notice. And he also posted about it on Twitter, tagging YouTube's official accounts and asking for the channels back. And I guess his argument was the channels were educational resources for young men, and that his team had been careful blurring content and staying within the community guidelines. The problem is he's promoting a whole lot of stuff that YouTube doesn't want to really be associated with, and his YouTube channels really work as a top of funnel for the courses he sells, which then, you know, he obviously promotes certain things that are not legal whatsoever. But
of course he has courses. Every one of these type of influencers have courses, bro. Why?
YouTube did actually respond to this, and it was a little bit more straightforward because Clavicular's original YouTube channel has actually been terminated back in November 2025 for linking to content that violated the platform's policies around illegal and regulated goods and services. And that's kind of what I was talking about. I just didn't realize that the two new channels were banned for essentially ban evading, because that's what they confirmed it was for. So the first channel got banned for what I thought the two other channels got banned for, but the two other channels got banned for ban evading because of essentially what I said. So as of right now, he's
Did you get all that? You got it? All right, bet.
Still has his Kick account. He doesn't have a stake deal anymore, from what I can tell. He does have his Instagram and his TikTok. So those are up. That's okay.
Instagram and TikTok. How much? Oh, shit. How much do you think you can really make from that? How much do you think you can really make from Instagram, bro? Let me know. Let me know. Well, maybe you can make a lot. I don't know. There's influencers for a reason.
So just in the last couple of months, a lot of this dude's income has vanished overnight. Now, he is pivoting to other types of businesses, which we might go into in the future. But for now, it's really not looking good for him. So I guess we just kind of have to wait and see what happens to this lawsuit. But we'll cover it in the future. So subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Also, his TikTok, how much can that make too? Like TikTok, isn't it like aren't the rates? I don't know. I don't remember the rates, but aren't they like the lowest out of all the other ones? But anyway, that's it for this. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. It seems like he's kind of screwed, bro, because he's facing up to 30 years, and one of the hardest charges on him is injecting the Accurix, whatever, the fat dissolving shit into the girl's cheek. And then he said Dr. Clav. He's not a doctor. It doesn't matter if he said it as a joke, he still said it. And that's all it takes. So he might get at least 10, right? Out of the 30. But anyway, let me know what y'all think in the comments below, and peace. Much love to you.